As a child, the holidays shimmered with magic. Television specials glittered across the screen like stars stitched into the fabric of December. Candy canes lined my palms, laughter spilled from the kitchen, and the house felt full. Of food, of family, of something sacred. I adored getting presents, but even more than that, I was enchanted by the moment just before someone tore into their wrapping. I'd study their faces as if it were a snow globe, catching the first flicker of joy or disappointment. I could always tell. Some grinned wide with wonder, others blinked blankly, offering the kind of thank you that rang hollow in the air. The tree and the lights were my altar. They meant something. Even in our leanest years, when money was tight and stress hung low over our heads like mistletoe on a frayed string, we managed to find joy. Then my grandmother died, and something in the air shifted. Christmas didn't quite vanish, but it dimmed. My mum stopped decorating, no more trees, just a few gifts handed to me quietly, her hearth hollowed by grief. I still looked forward to the holidays, but it seemed I was the only one doing the looking. After Mum passed, the holidays turned sharp and cold. There was always somewhere to go, some kind-hearted family who'd set an extra plate for me, but I couldn't help feeling like an echo in someone else's story. I was grateful, of course. But gratitude and loneliness aren't mutually exclusive. I could see the sympathy in their eyes, the sadness that I didn't have my own table, my own people. And though I appreciated the warmth, I also felt the sting of pity. It clung to me like snow that wouldn't melt. Then came Aunt Clarice. We reconnected after years of silence. She lived just a few hours south in Eugene, and though she hadn't seen me since I was small, she welcomed me back with open arms and open heart. That first Christmas together, surrounded by my uncle and cousins, I felt something unfamiliar. Ease. I wasn't a guest or a stray invited out of obligation. I was family. I belonged. I came back the following year, and it was just as sweet. We did all the simple things families do. Gushed over gifts, chopped vegetables together, leaned against countertops with stories slipping between sips of cider. Clarice would beam when she looked at me, and I'd glance around the room, marvelling at these people I barely knew but somehow felt tethered to. It was a balm to the secrecy I carried, the life I led in Portland as a sex worker. They didn't know, and I didn't tell them. I wasn't ready to risk losing the warmth I had finally found. That year, after Christmas, 2 of my cousins and I needed a ride back to Portland. Craigslist offered a solution. A man with a pickup truck willing to make the drive. Somehow, the 3 of us folded into the front seat like overstuffed stockings. It was awkward and cramped, but hilariously so. We didn't say much to the driver, but we shared silent glances, barely stifled laughter, and the kind of bonding that happens when absurdity becomes memory. The next Christmas, I missed. My partner and I had moved to Alaska, chasing something new and wild. But the distance didn't ache. My family, now a consistent thread in my life, had helped sow a new kind of confidence in me. I wasn't untethered anymore. Even when apart, I didn't feel alone. We returned the following year, and that Christmas glowed. We did a white elephant gift exchange. My ex, knowing how crunchy and spiritual my family was, contributed a giant ball of selenite. I mocked him at first, but of course, the crystal was the star of the show. Stolen and restolen with glee. I bought a tea and infuser set that my cousin Sunny ended up with. She was happy no one fought her for it. That's the thing about Christmas joy. It doesn't need to be extravagant, it just needs to be shared. That was my last Christmas with them. The years that followed were spent with my ex's family, and then a rift, drama with one cousin, led me to retreat from the entire fold. I pulled back all the way. It wasn't just the drama, it was the realization that no matter how warm the welcome had been, I wasn't their nucleus. I was an orbiting body, a visitor in a solar system that had long revolved without me. They weren't cruel, they didn't push me away, but I saw myself clearly. Just a cousin, a nephew, a satellite mistaking itself for a star. So, I let go. I haven't seen Aunt Clarice since my wedding in 2017. I miss her, I miss Bree, I miss Sunny, I miss all of them. But I faded again, returned to a familiar role, the estranged relative with a shadowy past, now just a name online. A blip. A burst of static in the radio of their lives. Someone who came in with love, brought a little chaos, and slipped away when it got too loud. The holidays have become quieter again. Now it's just me and Katie. Her family is far away on the East Coast, and she only gets to see them every few years. So we've made our own kind of Christmas. We cook a feast, binge watching holiday movies, laugh until our stomachs hurt. There's no pity here, no awkward silence at someone else's table, just the comfort of chosen kinship, a friendship so deep it hums like a carol. She goes to visit her daughter and granddaughter when she can, and I might do something with Jamie if the stars align. But truthfully, I don't expect to spend another holiday with my family again. I don't expect the door to swing open or for the table to have a seat with my name on it. And that's okay. I don't feel bitter. I don't carry blame. Life is a tide. It pulls in and draws away. But those 3 Christmases, they're still with me. They sit on a precious shelf in my memory, lit by tiny strings of light that never burn out. They remind me that for a fleeting moment, I got to feel normal. I got to laugh without guarding myself. I got to be a part of something that felt whole. And that, in its quiet, tender way, was the greatest gift I could have received.